you to hit the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. We are live, and I give like maybe a couple seconds for everybody to get up in here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll cook on this. I wanted to cook on these two topics for just a second. I want to give a shout out to the whole Lions Den basketball as well as boxing communities. And I want to salute to all of my subs, both my day ones and as well as my new subs too. Um, okay, who we got in here? Oh, okay. Hey, what's up, Sugar? I see you in here, sweetie. We'll get started cooking in just a second. I just wanted to talk about these two things because I really didn't get the chance to really expound on this like I truly wanted to. One of the situations I had already talked about uh, heavily in a previous video, but I'll go ahead and I'll double down on it for those of you that really wanna know. Um, I want to let everybody know that pretty soon I will be uh, going on the StreamYard. Not right now, but I will here pretty soon. So that way we'll be able to flex our muscles a little bit and also have have more of a longer live and everything. That's the reason why I haven't really had a chance to um, go on the StreamYard because I want to be able to do like like how I used to do like 2, 3, 4 hour lives and stuff like that. But at the same token, um, my time is very important, and I'm not gonna sit here and do 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 hour lives because you also have to understand that I have a life too as well, and if and look, I'm not doing this for any money or anything like that, but I often feel like if you're not gonna contribute, and I'm not talking to everybody, but I'm talking about the ones um, who are just here and not 100%. I'm not talking about like like the brown sugars or the Teds and the Rons and some just to name a few. If you're not gonna be you know dedicated or to what I'm doing or the movement or anything like that, hey, it's tough because I believe in loyalty and I believe in also helping somebody build too as well. So I've heard some people sit up here and say, well, you don't do 3, 4 hour lives anymore or anything like that. No, I don't. I don't. I'm not gonna do that, especially considering of how much time out of my day that it takes. Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of sitting up here, in front of the computer and stuff like that for 2 to 3 hours. I'm sorry, just don't. We're not living in that life at this point in time. So it's just like if you had a page or you had a channel, you had something, I'm gonna do my best to try to contribute and be diligent in terms of supporting. And if you're not, then I'm only gonna do what I feel like is necessary to do. Okay. With that being said, what's up with it, Ted? I see you in the building. Let's go ahead and get right to this. All right. Now, um, yesterday we all know that the Kings they blew out the Milwaukee Bucks 129-94. I want to give a shout out to the brother Ticket. As I said earlier this morning, Ticket TV was definitely spitting facts about Dame Lillard in terms of his his mentality as it pertains to knowing being more assertive, if you will, of whether or not you want to truly play this game or not, and stop making a whole bunch of excuses. But another thing that we need to talk about too is what something that Doc Rivers had pointed out that the Bucks right now they struggle with fast-paced teams and spacing. Okay. Um, he pointed out and he basically said that, in the loss, particularly yesterday, when they took that L against the Kings, he said that they have to improve and they just don't have it right now. And this is coming from a championship pedigree coach. All right. Now, have I been critical of Doc? Yeah, absolutely. I've been critical of him. I even said at the beginning of the year that he should not be coaching. Okay, but more and more he's proven me wrong. And there are some things that I had to go back and I had to look at, regardless of some of his shortcomings in the past as it pertains to the playoff season. Okay, in the postseason. Um, an example that I think that he's talking about is you're a tough one, Doc. Yeah, I have to be. I have to be tough on Doc because um, the thing about Doc Rivers is I looked at you know often his playoff failures. Now, while some of that stuff wasn't his fault, some of it was. Okay, and I stand on that. We have to really give true facts. Okay, and if you go back and you go listen to my videos, which I'm not gonna get into, you'll see what I'm talking about truly in terms of his failures. But at the same token, it doesn't take anything away from him. He did get a championship in 2008. His philosophy did work, as well as Tom Thibodeau's philosophy working with Boston, and that's something that you can't take away. And he's one of the best coaches to ever do it. Okay, I've never said that Doc Rivers shouldn't be uh, classified as one of the best coaches to do it. As a matter of fact, I used to defend Doc too as well. What's up with it, Ron? I see you in here now. One of the examples, I think the brother Cypress had brought this up in terms of Indiana. I think a couple people had brought this up too about Indiana. Indiana, regardless of how you want to look at Indiana, you might think that they're trash. You might think Halliburton is trash. They don't know what they're doing. Rick Carlisle don't know what he's doing or anything like that. Indiana actually has one of the faster paced teams in the NBA right now. Okay, uh, they have because they have such a balanced type of offense. They can do it in the half court, but their thing is also running and gunning. They have a point guard who could stop and pop, or he could stop and distribute, or he could continue to pace and distribute as well. When you talk about a guy like Halliburton, and he sets up the table as well as them being filled with shooters and both also driving at the rack too as well. That's what Doc is talking about too as well. They struggle with teams like that, and the Bucks do. That's why the Bucks might not be as big of a threat to a Boston um, as some people think. That's why they haven't even mentioned a team like the Bucks being a threat to Boston because while y'all sit up here and say, "Oh yeah, well they're gun ho from the 3 point line," and Boston, they failed in clutch situations and all this other stuff. Boston is first in offensive efficiency right now. Okay, they're ranked number one. Okay, and Kendrick Perkins had actually pointed that out yesterday. Now do they have a lot of stuff that they still need to work on? Absolutely, but that's why a lot of people don't really see the Bucks as a threat to the Boston Celtics. They more so see a team like Miami. The Kings backcourt yesterday. Okay, uh, when you combine Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox, they had 54 points, 12 assists, 11 rebounds, and was at a 54% field goal percentage. Okay, absolutely just destroyed the Bucks in that loss. And I know guys like Ron, they want to sit up here and say that the Kings are trash and all this other stuff. Look, the Kings can be a dangerous team. Okay, I know Malik Monk. He probably not looked at as a superstar, and people continue to sleep on De'Aaron Fox. Everybody discounts the fact that Sabonis continues to be a terror, not only on the rebound, the offensive rebound, but also the defensive rebound. And on top of that, he's getting his buckets, especially against a guy like Anthony Davis, who he defeated, and he's 10-0 against Anthony Davis. Okay, but we're not talking about the Lakers. Okay, yeah, Murray. Murray is nice too as well. So I had to mention that because Doc Rivers feels that the team is not ready right now, and he sees something. Now, can they fix this before the playoffs? That remains to be seen. Because while I like Milwaukee and I like the style that they play, they are going to have to pick it up. 7 assists in 2 quarters versus the Lakers. Yeah, absolutely. Because he had a triple double. He had a triple double against the Lakers. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that about Doc. Doc really, I think he's really trying to work on that. Now is it going to come with a little bit of elbow grease, so to speak, in this? Yeah, and it's also going to come with everybody being there too as well, especially when you consider a guy like Middleton. Middleton is going to be a key factor. I know a lot of people don't think so, but Middleton has to be healthy, believe it or not, in order for this thing to work. As well as you also have to have Brook Lopez clicking on the cylinder, and you also have to have Dame Dollars as well as Giannis clicking on the same page. Yeah, I mean he's clutching in a lot of situations, but he's also missed about 12 games, I think, this year. So you can't be clutching that situation neither. Ted, the best the best ability is availability, and then after that it's reliability. You have to be reliable too as well, but you can't be reliable if you're not available. So we have to understand that too. What's up with it, Stephen Green? I see you're in here. You say can't struggle versus team with fast-paced basketball in the playoffs. Bucks need to step up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But they beat us. And so I'm not gonna mention that. But they said that, and like us, we play like we had them yesterday, Stephen. But the thing about it is we ended up losing our momentum. Okay, Doc got to go soon, bro. I can't stand Doc. Okay, well, we're not talking about on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? And they chose him to be there. I do think that the firing of not I was about to say Andy Griffith, Adrian Griffith. I'm about to go Andy Griffith in black and white and shit. Um, y'all ain't it, Polo. Y'all need a MB. I mean, well, listen. This is the thing. We can't. And Cypress. I meant to tell you this, man. Um, Doc had actually mentioned the fact that the the Pacers are one of the faster paced teams. So I really didn't get a chance to understand what you were truly saying when you said Indiana is a threat. But now I kind of know what you meant because they play at a fast pace and they have good spacing. And he was right off the top of his head. He mentioned the Pacers. You said I like Doc. I like when Austin Rivers defended his dad against Red. Well, Austin Rivers is going to, do what he does and everything. But JJ Redick was right in that situation. I'm sorry. I'm on the side of JJ Redick and as well as Draymond Green. Okay, but like I said, man, Doc, he's really. I put to you like this: he is bringing something out of Bobby Portis as well as Pat Bev. They're both bringing something. They're bringing that dog mentality that Bobby Portis already had, and he's bringing something out of Dame too as well. Now Dame still got to get a little bit better. That's what Ticket was alluding to. But mentally, he has to be all there in order for this thing to work. Well, I mean, he's there now, so we can't do anything about that. Would I like him better in the front office? Yeah, he's already wore that hat before, but right now that's what they have. And believe it or not, the truth of the matter is they are doing good on defense. They're only allowing 101 points per 100 per possession. So that's phenomenal. They were first the last time I checked. It might have changed since then. You know what I'm saying? So uh, let me let me touch on something else, man. Well, you said Doc need to retire. Well, he's still there. He hasn't retired yet. I mean, listen. Let me give you a prime example. They gave Hubie Brown how many chances? He was terrible as a coach. Never was successful. They gave Mike D'Antoni how many chances? Okay. I mean, he never went to a finals. Mike D'Antoni, you know what I'm saying? They gave him a whole bunch of chances. George Karl, came up short constantly. They gave him chances. Never was successful as a coach. You know what I'm saying? I like Jerry Sloan. You know what I'm saying? God rest his soul and everything. But they gave him chance after chance. He was pretty much like the Krzyzewski in Utah. You know what I'm saying? And what were their colors? So let's take that into account. But then you got a guy like Mark Jackson who was on to something with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. He was on to something, and then he was gone, and he has yet to get a job. But guess what? Mark Jackson has leveled up with his podcast. Yeah, Lenny Wilkins, but yeah, Lenny Wilkins. He was all them years that he was in, where he was with Cleveland, and then he was also with Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Mike Fratello. You know what I'm saying? These guys got numerous of chances, but they never were able to produce a championship. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at it from that standpoint. But Doc, he had that 2008 championship. I know that was 16 years ago, but he nevertheless you can't never take that away from him. You said you said Austin was not a bum. He wasn't. No, he wasn't trash. Austin Rivers wasn't trash, man. Especially coming out of high school. As a matter of fact, Austin Rivers, he averaged more than some people did in the NBA, and he lasted longer than some people in the NBA. He just wasn't that NBA player that everybody wanted him to be coming out of that draft. But nah, he wasn't trash. Austin Rivers wasn't trash, man. He just wasn't the player that everybody expected him to be. All right, man. Let me go ahead and talk about this right here. All right. LeBron James. Okay. Now I know earlier this morning, everybody was like, "What are you talking about? LeBron is the leader and all this other stuff." You know, he 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 lacks leadership skills. Okay, I should have reworded it. He's not as great of a leader as say a MJ or a Kobe was, or even, hey, I know some people might trip out when I say this. A guy like Draymond Green, he's a leader. Now he does some stupid shit sometimes, but Draymond Green is a leader for the Golden State Warriors. Okay, um, you said Brian need to retire. Now, see, I wasn't even going to say that. Now that came out of your mouth. I wasn't even going to say Brian need to retire. But I was just going to talk about his leadership skills and why he has lack of leadership. All right. Now, is LeBron James one of the best players to ever do it? Absolutely. You damn right he is. Okay, LeBron. If LeBron was to walk in this motherfucker right now, all of y'all would pick him up on y'all squad, regardless of if he 25, 29, 39, 49. If he's still jumping like that out of the gym, you motherfuckers would pick him up. But that does not make him a great leader. Is he top five all time in some people's eyes? Yes. Is he 40K and adding to that more and more, which would make it impossible for some people to reach? Yes. Okay. Is he a phenomenal talent? Yes. Is he athletic? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Does he have certain gifts that certain people don't have? Absolutely. However, it does not replace his leadership skills at all. And let me tell you what I'm talking about, right? What's up with it, Kenyon? I see you in the building. You said you talk about the nigga like he's 21 down. Yeah, but don't make excuses for him. You chose to play. You chose to play. Listen, I don't want to hear this shit talking about, oh yeah, well, come on, give him a break. He's 39. Kareem was 38 winning. Okay? There were guys still in it. I don't want to hear any of these excuses. Oh, you chose to play. There was nobody making no excuses and all this other stuff. Vince Carter was still playing. They ain't make no excuses for him. You know what I'm saying? And he was still up in there, crank that, you know what I'm saying? When he was older. Okay? Let's stop it now. All right, listen. The reason why LeBron does not possess good leadership skills is because, yeah, 40 in the finals. Parrish was 43, exactly. Brian been done since he started losing it. Oh, see? And look at that. See? Look at that, Ted. You see that right there? You see what Ron is doing and Brown Sugar? You see what I'm saying? Look, I wasn't going to talk about this man hairline. I wasn't going to talk about, that old Bosley and hair plugs and all that other bullshit. I don't touch that shit. That be all these other motherfuckers that be talking about this man personal life and be talking about how he look and all this other stuff. I don't even talk about that type of shit. There are a lot of things that, I do respect about Brian, and there are a lot of things that I don't respect about the man. But I'm not gonna take it there to that level. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? Like he doing his best or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's just being petty. Okay, that's being petty. You said Aaron Donald, yeah, retire. And I thought he was just getting ready to sign with somebody. All right, look. LeBron, one of the reasons why he's not a good leader is because he doesn't provide frequent feedback with his teammates, and that is very important. Okay, that exhibits, if you don't provide frequent feedback, that exhibits that you are a very impatient person. Listen, a lot of CEOs, a lot of bosses, a lot of guys that are leaders, they don't have a lot of patience, all right? But what they try to do is they try to break it down in a way by consistently telling you, being repetitive, and they're not going to sit there and stroke your ego, pause on what you're doing or whatever, but giving frequent feedback is very important to your teammates. That's very important. That's very vital. It's just like, I'll give you a prime example with Kobe Bryant. God rest his soul. Okay, Kobe Bryant had to work on a guy like Andrew Bynum. Okay, Andrew Bynum was a guy that you needed to stay on him because Andrew Bynum was lazy. Andrew Bynum would get lackadaisical. Andrew Bynum would have that I don't care type of attitude, and we see where he ended up. The man started growing out his hair. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to sit on the sideline, which was what people were afraid that Zion was getting ready to do. But it didn't happen to Zion. You see what happened now. But listen, Kobe Bryant once said to Andrew Bynum, he said, it's a day in, day out thing. Go look it up. How he was constantly being on Andrew Bynum. That's leadership, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Kobe Bryant had become. He had became that leader. That's something that LeBron, he just did not possess. He said Bynum was a bum. Nah, he wasn't no bum. Nah, he had real good moves in the paint. I can't. I got to call cap on you on there. And as a matter of fact, Ted, in the playoffs, that one year, that one season, Andrew Bynum was good for I think like 16, 17 points. I don't know. But nah, Andrew Bynum was real good, especially when he was working with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Nah, Andrew Bynum was not a bum. He spun off of Shaq and dunked on him. Had Shaq up in there like a big uncle saying, "What the fuck you doing when in Miami?" Nah, Andrew Bynum was nice, man. I wish he would have not stopped what he was doing, man. For real. Andrew Bynum, 7'1", 7'2", or something like that. Nah, Andrew Bynum was not a bum. Not a bum, man, at all. I used to like his game. And people got to realize that Andrew Bynum, he came straight from high school. Everybody acting like he went to college and everything. No, he was still a young guy in the NBA. He needed to mature and everything, but at the same token, he could never, he didn't have to work ethic. Also, another thing we all noticed about LeBron, man, as far as leadership skills, he always shied away from crunch time moments, okay? Often, all right? Now, Ron always wants to talk about, oh, yeah, well, he's a leader and all this other stuff. Well, Jordan never shied away from crunch time moments. Kobe never shied away from crunch time moments. Larry never shied away from crunch time moments. Even Gilbert Arenas, he never shied away from crunch time moments. You know what I'm saying? Now he ain't no Hall of Famer like they were. AI, he never shied away from crunch time moments. You know what I'm saying? That's part of leadership. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is, you said he was a bum for his size. No, he wasn't. Absolutely not. What are you talking about? This guy was 7'1", man, doing the moves that he was doing. He had really good footwork or whatever. He just couldn't stay healthy and was lazy. But no, he wasn't no bum. Absolutely not, man. He had developed a little short hook. Like I said, you could tell he worked with Kareem. Wasn't no bum. Stop it with that, man. He just didn't make it and didn't progress with the Lakers. That's why you're calling him that now. Also, yeah, you could say he was lazy, yeah, but he definitely wasn't no bum. And like I said, I'll allude to this fact again. If he walked into a gym, you would pick him up. Yes, you would. Now, also, man, this is another thing, right? LeBron often gets anxious. Now, I remember when LeBron used to bite his nails and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Showing, that he was nervous and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that I'm not going to put that on him because everybody got their way of being nervous or whatever. It's just how they control it. But see, like a guy like Kobe or like a guy like Jordan, they knew how to be calm when the pressure was on. That's why you would see Kobe, or I'm talking about that. That's why you would see Jordan, a guy like Jordan, in the midst of all the, he would tell people to calm down. That's actually a psychological tactic. You know what I'm saying? To be able to, like if you got bullets flying and stuff like that, and you're still able, like, I don't know if y'all watch BMF, right? I know Ron probably does, and Sugar does too. Did y'all see the last BMF where they had the amigos in there, the guys that came from Cuba or whatnot? When the guys were shooting and they were having a shootout, the Cubans was just sitting there. He was sitting there eating while these guys were shooting machine guns, having a shootout and stuff, and he was calm during the whole thing. Well, that's the same interpretation when Shaq always said not to panic in crunch time. Tim Duncan said not to panic. And that's why they were able to exhibit those type of traits during the crunch time moments. You said, yeah, hey, they were shooting, yeah, they were shooting, and these guys were just chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Lamar when he was saying, "You can't stop the rain." You know what I'm saying? But you're doing this shit You know what I'm saying? At a moment when most people would be freaking out and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I had to bring a little street element, in it because adrenaline and nervousness and paranoia and shit like that gets heightened when you in situations like that. What do you think that happens when you playing a basketball game? You want to win. You paranoid that you might lose, things of that nature. But you got to be able to be calm in them situations like that. You know what I'm saying? Then also, I ain't even gonna mention his passive aggressiveness. That right there already. That's the lack of leadership in itself. Snipers. No, not yeah, exactly. Everybody like OT Mexican, right? The rapper, Louis Vuitton. That guy. Um, man, he walks out. You know what I'm saying? Never panicking. You know why? Because he has he got security, top notch security with him, and them guys, man, they're waiting for you to do something. They're like, I dare you to try me, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, he got that, that that Colombiana security type. You feel me? That type shit. You know what I'm saying? You said when I play basketball in crowds, I so locked into the game and coaches then sideline. Yeah, yeah, paid in full, Ryan. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, paid in full and shit. You know what I'm saying? What was Cameron saying? Throw that ass back. Throw that ass back. Oh shit. But the way that LeBron got to become a better leader, man, or he should have, because he's setting his ways now. You know what I'm saying? He giving 5 hour handshakes and then he'll have your ass shipped out, the next day and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in a situation when it came to D'Lo, he should have been there to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? In a situation with Russell Westbrook, he should have been there to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Throw that ass back, man. Come on, man. Ted, ain't nothing changed about me. You know what I'm saying? I calmed down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But, YouTube, they be tripping on you, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'll be a little bit different sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? We do it for the Lions, then around her. Okay? But, anyways, yeah. He got to learn to build trust, man, with his teammates, man, or he should have learned to build trust with his teammates. A lot of people don't even trust LeBron like that. I'm just being real with you. They don't trust. Really, don't nobody trust anybody in the NBA. Everybody's snaking everybody in the NBA. But when a guy like LeBron, man, you nigga, you could think everything all good. Next thing you know, man, that would be like somebody serving you and telling you, hey, you're being shipped out of here. You'd be like, damn, what the fuck I do? Like he got rid of the majority of the team in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, we were just getting established. Polo elder abuse on. Yeah, man. Yeah, he a senior citizen now, man. Shit. That nigga Ryan up in there talking about, man, give him a break and all this other shit. Nigga, how I'm gonna give you a goddamn break, nigga? You came back. You said that you were gonna leave us to the promised land in 9, 10 seed and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you gonna get the smoke. You wanna run with the 18-year-old? You wanna do all that other shit? Brady got the same smoke too, and he was still able to lead people to the championship. Brady was doing it in his 40s. Oh, I guess Brady on Balco now too, huh? Never mind. Let me stop. He said Brian wants to retire 47. Man, you a 47 damn lie. Do you know motherfuckers, man, is gonna be how high they gonna be jumping? Come on, man. 47 years old. You better stop it, man. What you trying to do? Like, just go ahead, man. Like, if you're not gonna compete for championship, just go ahead and go, man. The Lakers, as talented as the Lakers are, can you really sit up here and say that they're a contender? Yeah, Clemens, Nolan Ryan. Yeah, well, but baseball is baseball. You can play until you 50. Shit. But baseball is a year round, man. That's a hard grind right there, man. Baseball is because they play way more games than NBA and NFL would ever dream of. Um, LeBron also needs to speak like a leader, man. At times he don't even speak like a leader, you know. Like, and what I'm talking about is he'll sit up there and indirectly throw his team up under the bus. Well, I did my job. I did my job. That shit like that. You know what I'm saying? No, you gotta take accountability for what you do, and LeBron doesn't do that much. He don't take accountability for some of the shit that he does. For some of the, if you don't get your way about trading people and stuff like that. Nah, man, run with the horses that you got. Jordan, he stuck with it. Yeah, Jordan, did he march up in the front office and say he want to change or something like that? Yeah, that was after a couple of years. He just got tired of it and stuff. But he wasn't up in there trying to ship out the half of the team and shit like that. Right. Look at Mike. What's up with it, Mike? Mike is just plain and simple. LeBron needs to leave the Lakers. Let's just dummy everything down. Look, let's just simplify that motherfucker. LeBron needs to leave the Lakers. Just leave. All right. We don't want you here. You said Satchel Paige retired at 60. Yeah. Yeah, 60 years old. And then also, man, LeBron needs to sit up there and be helpful instead of being hurtful, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't realize, man, like when I still go back to D'Lo, man. When D'Lo, now I didn't feel sorry for D'Lo neither, but now it's turned D'Lo into an animal. Did he ball out the last game? Nah, he could have done it a little better. But see, like Brandon Love Sports was saying the other day on his live. Shout out to Brandon Love Sports too. Go sub to his channel. He's a Lakers fan at heart. Brandon brought up a good point about D'Lo. Like when LeBron gets on the floor, D'Lo plays like he's on eggshells, and you can't do that. Okay, um, when you have that type of presence or something like that, that's not really good for your teammates. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm pretty sure Jordan had that effect on some of the other guys, but Jordan, if you notice something about Jordan, especially later on in his career, uh, LeBron to Philly for Joel Embiid. Shit, that's not gonna make y'all better. That's not gonna make y'all better at all. You can't rely. Listen, you can't rely on Embiid because he gonna end up getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? And if you think they criticizing the shit out of Embiid right now, wait till he get out. Wait till he get to LA. Shit, he's a phenomenal talent. I don't want anybody to make no mistake about it. He is, but damn, man, you get hurt all the fucking time. But yes, he about to come back right now before the playoffs. But you got to wonder if this motherfucker gonna last. I'm just being honest with you, Mike. That's not a good move. Plus, you gotta get younger too, especially when you talk about a guy like AD. We don't know how much AD got left. He got a lot of. Okay, in terms of his age, he might appear to have a lot left, but in terms of his basketball body and all the injuries that he sustained, you got to look at it from that perspective too. That's really not no good move. You bringing in damaged goods. Hell, I wouldn't want y'all to have Embiid. Shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, LeBron he has lack of leadership. But like I said, before everybody get all in their feelings and stuff like that, man, leave that shit in the car. You know what I'm saying? I tell everybody, man, leave that shit in the car. Don't get emotional about this shit. It don't take away nothing from the man's skills, the body of work he done did, all this other stuff, all the accomplishments, all that other stuff. Whether he got a bubble ring, you know what I'm saying? Whether he got 3.5 ring, whether he got 3.5 rings, you know what I'm saying? 1.5 points and shit like Stephen A. Smith, he still got a goddamn ring. You know what I'm saying? But it does not exempt him from getting the smoke on some of the qualities that he just didn't have, and his lack of leadership. It's just like with Jordan. He wasn't the greatest ball handler in the world, but he tried to work on it. You know what I'm saying? Could he have talked to his teammates a lot better? Yeah, but that was his leadership style. Some people you just not gonna like it. Could Chris Paul have been a better teammate? Yeah, absolutely. Because people would tell you that Chris Paul was an asshole. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop. We gotta learn to be objective. We gotta stop all this. Oh yeah, well LeBron is this. He like he a god and shit like that. Look, I don't idolize nobody. Everybody got flaws. I just can't stay LeBron fan. I'm thinking, okay, you can't. You're saying you can't stand LeBron fans. Yeah, I mean, it's all right to, and I don't even classify them as fans. I classify them as fanatics. Like, goddamn, I know you like the nigga, but god dog, man, if you say something bad about him or something like that, they're like, you know what? I'm coming to see you. Like, motherfucker, man, get your punk ass on, man. Shit. That motherfucker LeBron don't even like your ass. Shit, that motherfucker LeBron, man, probably walk past your motherfucking ass, man. You know what I'm saying? If he seen you, man. Like, man, I don't know this nigga. But I will give LeBron this, though. He do stop and give people autographs, and he'll take selfies with you and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and say I remember I seen him at the All-Star game doing that shit back in 2010 when it came out here. You know, him and D Wade and all them. Yeah, man. Everybody like, you know, motherfucker don't, man, them niggas don't even niggas ain't sweating you, nigga. And on top of that, listen, you gotta think about it like this. Man, this nigga's a billionaire. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like you he got more problems to handle. But I will say this and I will maintain this or whatever. Everybody said this. Oh yeah, LeBron can have a new woman the next day. Nah, man. He loves Savannah, and like I said, man, that motherfucker would be on his knees like goddamn Martin, begging for Gina. Shaq still takes selfies. So we Kevin, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna sit up. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that he's so much of an asshole. There's some guys that don't like autographs, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He didn't like that type of shit. It's been said that Bill Russell, the late great Bill Russell, God rest his soul, at times he didn't. But I understood in Bill Russell's case to a certain extent because when you got somebody shitting on your bed and smearing it all over the wall and shit like that, hell, that would make you feel some type of way too. Brian disrespects his mom on live TV. Remember, I just remember him telling his mom to sit her ass down and shit like that. But listen, I'm not gonna go into that personal shit about his, you know, relate. See, that's the thing, Ted. I separate that type of shit over here. When I'm talking about LeBron, I'm gonna critique him on a basketball level. You know what I'm saying? All that shit about you know, Delonte West and that shit that went on, and you know his mom doing this and doing that and shit like that. You know, talking about the man hairline. You know what I'm saying? Even going so far as disrespecting this motherfucking kid. No, I'm not gonna take it there. Some people, like what Ticket was saying yesterday. Um, he was talking about how like Bronny James had got, you know, eliminated, you know, by Arizona and shit like that because they lost to Arizona 70-49 yesterday. They got blown the fuck out. And now people want to disrespect Bronny because you know he's LeBron James' son. I don't believe in that. I never said that Bronny James was trash or none of that shit. Yeah, I mean, look, I would never come in my mom like that, but I've had to talk to my mom and be like, Mom, come on now, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause my mom still would deck me in my jaw. She don't give a fuck how old I am. Shit, you should see the way that she do my son. She be telling me I'm weak. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. She was like, yeah, you soft, man. You know what I'm saying? Toughen up on him and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm like, damn. But okay, then I try to tough up on him. Then she come running and crying to you. I'm like, he come running and crying to you. But like I said, man, I don't get into all that personal shit with LeBron and shit like that. And disrespecting Bronny because of LeBron, man, that's petty. Now you got issues, but people do that. Yeah. Now, I mean, well. I put to you like this. Um, she let him get away with some stuff though too, But there's some shit that she ain't gonna stand for. But a lot of y'all couldn't have grown up in the era that I grew up. I come from the slap the shit out you era. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I come knock the wind out your chest era. Okay, but yeah, I think it's unfair some of the criticism that they giving Bronny. Like I said, what Bronny needs to do because he's clearly not ready for the NBA, and this is what I was talking about in conjunction to what I was saying about LeBron and people hating on him on his son. What Bronny James needs to do right now is lock yourself somewhere, go somewhere. I would stay off of social media. Don't talk to nobody. None of that shit. Go get you a team. Get you like maybe a couple weeks of rest or whatever. Relax your body. Get your motherfucking ass in the gym. That's what I said. Because if Stephon Marbury says that you have the capability to play in the NBA, that's huge. That's telling you something. And we also have to realize that he did not have a training camp up under his belt. They're being very unfair to Bronny. Is he ready for the NBA right now? No, he's not. Can he be ready? Yes. If Bronny can average at least 13, 14 points, get about 8 assists, and maybe two steals, and put USC in possible position because you're not going nowhere. Being, I think they were what, 13 and something. I forget what they were, 13 and 18, something like that. But their record wasn't good. Okay, I'm not saying he gonna be like, you got to be making if you want to be like a first round pick and shit like that, man. You got to be doing the shit like in women's basketball. You got to be doing shit like what Juju Watkins is doing, or what Caitlin Clark is doing, or even making some sort of noise like Angel Reese. You got to be doing shit like that. But talk about declaring for the draft and you only averaging like a handful of points. Like you're not even in averaging in double figures. Nah. Okay, brown sugar. I do too. Even girls got the belt, which is cool. Yeah. Shit. I mean, look. At the end of the day, man, this era, man. You know what I'm saying. I'm like a lot of people, and I'm not talking about the basketball era. I'm just talking about life in general. A lot of these youngsters, man, they couldn't have grown up, when I was coming up and shit like that. Now, girls from whooping era are tougher than modern women. Yeah, a lot of these modern women, they can't cook. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, what I'm saying, they don't want to, they don't want to be independent if you have to put a little leg work in. Or if you experience some sort of trials and tribulations, you automatically give up. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You automatically want to run out. Nah, fuck all that. You gotta be able to step it up, and that's what I was just talking about when as it pertains to leadership. it's a it's a skill, it's a quality, it's a must that somebody must have. I got whoopings from older cousins, uncles. Damn, you get whooped by your cousins? God damn, Ted. Nah, man, but I'm gonna go ahead and man roll out, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Hope y'all I enjoyed what I had to say though. But make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe. You said first cousin's 25. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, now I understand why. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But like I said, man, like this video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications too. Until then, man, it's straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I'll go ahead and get that to y'all later, all right?